Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be sharing with you what my work week looks like and how I stay efficient along the way. Now, don't forget that if you do like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you never miss any of my future videos. Now, let's get started with what my work week looks like. So my husband and I manage the business together, and the business is so multifaceted. There are so many different sides to it. There are so many different responsibilities that he has and responsibilities that I have. So as you can imagine, sometimes it can feel like we're both kind of like juggling 10 balls all at once. All of those balls are on fire. It's just crazy. So it can be quite kind of difficult to navigate the week sometimes because not every week is the same, let alone every day. So there's a lot of things that we need to get done throughout the week. So I'm going to get started with some of the things which are a priority to me. So I'm just going to be talking about my responsibilities. So there are certain things right off the bat that I know I need to get done on a daily basis. Now I'm going to be talking about generally things that I need to get done within my work week. It's not just about my work because I have my lifestyle too, and that needs to somehow integrate well within my work life so that I have, I'm not going to say a good balance because I sometimes feel like it's impossible to have a good work-life balance, especially when you run your own business. You do need to come to some kind of happy medium where you feel like you're still looking after yourself at the same time as having a productive work week. So one of the things that I need to make sure I get done on a daily basis is get in my 12,000 steps, and that's something that my PT has set for me, and it kind of fluctuates every now and again, but at the moment I'm on 12,000. It's actually kind of difficult to get that in when you have an admin day, like you need to sit down and you're going to be on your laptop most of the day. My Garmin watch is what has really helped me to kind of like make sure that I stay on track with that. So Bobby is a keen cyclist and he has a lot of Garmin stuff. He's probably going to hate the fact that I've just said Garmin stuff because I'm sure there are other names for it. He introduced me to the Garmin watch. I have the Venu 2 and it's amazing because it's a lot more kind of detailed than the Apple Watch that I used to wear, and it just gives me more kind of concise information about my health. It's made the upkeep of my health much easier to kind of integrate into my work life. So it's definitely something that has kind of made that side of things a lot easier for me. So it's difficult to go through a Monday to Sunday with you because, as I said, not every week is the same. However, I'm going to kind of like talk through things that I have to get done on a weekly basis and then kind of like just add in bits that may change every other week so that you get an idea. I've had a lot of you guys ask me about this. So by the way, that is why I'm doing this video, because I feel like so many of you have left me comments on YouTube videos, whether it be this channel or my other beauty channel, and kind of asked me like, how do you actually get everything done? Like you have so much going on. You've got the beauty channel, you've got this channel, you've got your newsletter, your online publication, your Instagram. Like how do you even keep on top of everything? You kind of like master it after a little while. I always feel like once you are so used to doing something that it just becomes effortless. And when it becomes effortless to you, you've kind of mastered it as opposed to learning it on the go. So every week can change, sometimes based on maybe some of the things that we have going on in our calendar, such as if it's event season, then things get moved around. The work week that I'm going to explain to you is not necessarily something that stays that way. It does change a lot of the time. And if we know that we have a holiday coming up and we know we're going to need to take a week out, then we kind of like batch record or cram in a bit more work to try and get ourselves ahead of that time so that by the time it comes to our holiday, we know our videos are all uploaded and like kind of scheduled to go out for that week, including the week after, so that we're not kind of all of a sudden snowed under as soon as we've left our holiday. So we have a bit of kind of downtime afterwards to get back into the swing of things. On a Monday, we always have our gym session with the PT. Bobby and I actually train together with a PT, so it makes it much easier for us. It just isn't going to work if he has his own PT. I have my own. Because of the fact that we work together, it makes things a lot more kind of streamlined for us and much easier because we're both available at the same time. It's pretty crazy how much time the gym takes out of your life, and we realized that after starting, but at the same time, I know you've probably heard this a million times, but you've really got to make it a lifestyle, and that is so true because now we make sure that everything kind of works around our gym sessions. And the reason that's important to us is because we want to make sure that we are healthy, not only for one another as husband and wife, but also for our work, because I truly believe that if you have a healthy mind, a healthy body, and you feel healthy in general, you can be a lot more productive. And well, there are so many more kind of positives that come with it when it comes to approaching your work too. I have been in the position where I haven't necessarily been the healthiest, and it genuinely does affect your work. You know, you're tired most of the time, you don't feel on top of things. That's another big reason for us investing so much in our health. So that's one of the things that we do on a Monday morning. We get up, we usually kind of like have coffee together, have breakfast, and then we go to the gym together, get our session done. And by the time we're home, it's probably around 12:30 to around 12:30 actually, I'd say 12:30. And then we've got the rest of the day to kind of get in everything that we need to do. Now, sometimes I will film YouTube videos on a Monday, sometimes I won't. So as I'm looking at my calendar at the moment, I can see that this week, for example, I wasn't filming on the Monday, but I did film yesterday. The reason for that was probably because we had a heavy session. In fact, we did, because I remember today I went to the gym and I was still suffering from the consequences of the heavy load on Monday. So I think that's why we actually shifted everything along. So, you know, luckily our work week is kind of set up in a certain way that if we need to, for whatever reason, and it's kind of urgent because maybe one of us is not feeling well or something happens as well, especially me, because obviously I'm the one in front of the camera, then, you know, it gives me a little bit of time. And that's another reason we're so ahead of things when it comes to work. I didn't film on this Monday this week, but we did get kind of admin done. And the admin that I'm talking about is like kind of the emails that I have. He obviously has his own separate emails as well, dealing with brand deals when it comes to social media. So there's a lot of back and forth with that. Also, any client inquiries that I might have when it comes to makeup artistry. My clientele are mainly VIP and royalty. So those are my kind of loyal clients that I have. I don't kind of go out looking for clients and do the odd one here, odd one there, you know, just I don't do random party makeup, if that makes sense. So it is kind of like my loyal clients, and usually when I have, say for example, a member of the royal family, that kind of takes out, I'd say, at least half a day for me. So it's very kind of specific when it comes to the type of clientele that I have. There's a lot of kind of dealing with clients and like admin work, emails, as I mentioned, and also working on the newsletter. Moving on to Tuesday. So Tuesday this week, I filmed 4 YouTube videos. I also edited. So generally what we do is I edit and Bobby edits. That honestly takes majority of the day. That genuinely takes the entire day. We are very lucky if we have managed to film 4 videos in a day and edit those 4 videos. So that's basically me getting those 4 videos filmed, but then the editing of those 4 videos, that first rough draft is done by me. So that's a pretty packed out day for me. So that's my Tuesday, basically. That is very literally back to back. I do not have a second for anything else. I can't focus on admin. I can't focus on any kind of social media. Another thing I did do yesterday, which I do on Tuesdays, is I went for a bike ride in the morning. Sometimes I honestly shock myself with how much we actually get done. So on a Tuesday, go for a bike ride because it's not my gym session day. So I know that I can go and do a little bit of cardio. It's just half an hour, and I generally don't listen to music. And I started doing that recently because I found that it just gave me a chance to really kind of just soak up nature. I used to listen to music when I went on my bike rides, and I felt like when I used to get back in the mornings, I was just so kind of like, I just didn't feel like I was clear in my mind. I literally just soak in whatever's around me. It's really nice. It clears my mind. It makes me feel ready to start the day. Now moving on to Wednesday, which is today. I had another gym session today. Yes, I got home at around 12:30, tired from that. And then I edited because I'm a little bit behind on my editing. I didn't get to do a lot of editing yesterday because the videos overran. So the filming overran. So today I was editing a video. So I have done that, and basically now I'm filming. So this is what my day is going to consist of: filming videos for the remaining day. But then I also do have to edit once I've finished so that I can upload a couple of videos. As well as that, there is also my Instagram, which I work on kind of usually on the beginning of the week or the end of the week. It really depends on how my week is going. And what I tend to do is really kind of schedule in my reels, my posts for Instagram for the next 7 days. So I don't need to worry about them at all. So I know that I'm a little bit behind on content, which means that basically for the rest of the week, I have my posts and reels scheduled to go out on my Instagram page, but I know that for the following week, I need new content. I do have the odd bits here and there. There's always like a batch of content that you create that you kind of, let's just say you have 10 videos for a social media platform such as Instagram. You've created these 10 reels or these, you know, posts or whatever. And there's always like at least 2 or 3 that you don't like, and you're like, okay, you just keep delaying posting it. It's kind of sitting in your draft folder. I'm sure this is the case for most creators, but it's kind of like out of everything that you've created, you're like, that isn't that great. I'm going to delay that and just keep that as backup. And I have a couple of them sitting in my draft folder, and I'm just kind of like, do I really want to post them or do I want to wait? And I actually feel like if I'm not feeling like I want to post them, if it's not good enough for me to schedule, it's probably just not a good enough video, and I don't really want to put a half-hearted video out. So tomorrow tomorrow, which is Thursday, I have a filming session. I'm going to be filming some more YouTube videos for my beauty channel. And what generally does happen at the beginning of the week, and the reason I didn't mention this when I was going through Mondays, because it's something we've just implemented into our calendar very recently, literally this week. It's something we're going to be doing from now on, but we sit down at the beginning of the week and we talk about the videos that I'm actually going to create. So we look at, research which videos are going to work well, make things a bit more productive for the both of us, so we're both on the same page as well. The other thing that we have tomorrow is I'm going to have to be editing tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to be editing the videos that I actually film in the morning. So I'm going to be editing most of the day after my filming. So next couple of days I think is going to be mainly kind of filming and editing. Friday is going to be the same thing, although I do have a gym session again on Friday. So I'm going to have to get that session done in the morning. Fridays I actually do my session from home in the gym that we have in our building, because we don't train with Luke, our PT, on a Friday, but he tells us what to do. So it means that it kind of saves a bit of time for me so that I can really focus on anything that I haven't managed to get done Monday to Thursday. So anything that is usually left over on a Friday is when I try and kind of catch up with everything, whether it is editing or whether it's admin work, anything like that. That's what I really focus on a Friday, to try and kind of wrap up anything that I've not managed to kind of get through. Then we get to the weekend, and this is where I will try and go for another bike ride if I can. Sometimes I wake up and I'm just like, I really just need a morning of just chilling by myself. So that's what I do. But if I can, then I'll go for a bike ride. We have kind of gone up and down when it comes to like keeping weekends free for the both of us so that we can do things that we enjoy doing together. And sometimes we've had the odd few months here and there where consistently we've been working through the weekend too. And we haven't really managed. We've had to like really wait to get a day off and to really kind of clear things up, to move it around very strategically to ensure that we have a day off. But recently we have been really focusing on trying to give ourselves a weekend so that we can really just recharge, reset, realign, and get back to work on a Monday. So that's what we're doing. We go out for a nice breakfast or a nice lunch, or it's usually actually breakfast or lunch, because both of us we're quite happy sitting at home chilling in the evenings. Honestly, I just don't want to be dealing with the traffic or like getting home late. I need my sleep. 8 hours sleep is really important to me. That's what we try and do on a weekend. If I am desperate that I have to get something done on a weekend, I'll get it done. Sometimes we'll be sitting here chilling like on the sofa on a weekend, and we end up just talking about work, and then one of us has to tell the other, listen, you're talking about work. Are we working right now or are we chilling? And we have to remind each other of that. So my work week is pretty kind of crazy, and again, like I said, it changes every other week. Obviously there are other things that could come up during a work week, such as events and things like that, and when they pop up, I always hope it's kind of like, it's one of those things where I really hope it is during the day, the event, because I prefer them over evening events, because evening events are just long, because it's like, it just takes up your whole evening, and then that's the only reason really. That's the only reason. So I love it when it's during the day, but at the same time, being during the day means it's in the middle of a work day, which it's work anyway for me, which is what makes it easier. But so it's really important for me to kind of attend these events. I'm very specific and picky with the events that I go to, because it really needs to be a brand that I feel works well and aligns with my content, and is maybe a brand that I really want to kind of network with as well. But if it's a brand that doesn't really, isn't something maybe I've used before and I'm not interested in using, then it's pointless me kind of attending that event. But sometimes, you're so busy you can't necessarily attend all events. So there is kind of like all these other things which are thrown into the mix, which kind of changes up your whole work week as well. What I have found is doing certain things can kind of help my work life, or just generally make it more efficient, such as when I'm working on newsletters for my online publication, I dictate now. So rather than sit and type, I will dictate the newsletter, and that way I find that it's a lot more kind of like more in my voice, as opposed to me trying to get the grammar perfectly, just perfect on my laptop. So rather than that, I can actually talk, because that way the reader feels like they're actually like hearing me, So I dictate my newsletters, and then I go in and I sort the grammar out, sort the spelling out and everything, and make sure it reads in the right way and it's kind of flowing in the right way. That has made my life much easier. That has made my life much more efficient when it comes to my one part of my work, just as the Garmin watch has. So there are different things that I kind of do that have kind of like made my life a lot easier when it comes to my work week. This was just my work week this week, and obviously I added in things that I'm doing for the rest of the week. But as I said, it changes every so often. There are always things thrown into the mix. You never know what you're going to get with our work life. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please do let me know. If you want to find out anything else, if you want more information on anything that I've actually spoken about, let me know in the comments box below. I'd love to share it with you. I'm really like happy to kind of like give you more information on how I stay productive, on, you know, the business side of things, whatever you guys want to know. I'm here to help, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you do like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. Until the next video, take care, and I'll see you soon.